travelling. We've just passed Cullinan. And a huge Cullinan diamonds were mine, the 3 biggest diamonds I think in the world. The Star of Africa was the biggest, which I think is in the sceptre of the British Crown Jewels, having been given to Edward VII. There's a monumental pile of mine extraction there, and quite industrial. The region is called Kimberley, which is Kimberley diamond mines are very well known. We're now climbing up to the Drakensberg Mountains, which is the longest mountain range in South Africa, about 1,500 miles. Climbing up to about 7,000 feet when we stop for lunch. So this is very agricultural. The one thing you do notice is that huge fences around these massive ranches. And the other thing is that which you see all over the place are, for want of a better word, are shanty towns. The government policy is that if you're very poor, then you will eventually get a small house. Sort of standard design, a bit like the British prefabs used to be. But of course, whilst you're waiting for that, you've got to live somewhere. So around all these new builds are shacks made from corrugated iron sheets. What they ever did before corrugated iron came around, I have no idea. Whoever invented it, if they didn't paint it, they'd have made an absolute fortune out of it. But they're everywhere, and people living in them. You just can't build houses fast enough to cope with the expanding population. This is where we are. We've just passed a sort of huge Buddhist temple on the right-hand side of the road, and seemingly when Hong Kong was handed back to China, the Buddhists in Hong Kong were a bit worried about their fate. So they came and settled here in this part of South Africa and built this absolutely huge place. God knows where the money came from, but they certainly not poor. And Desmond Tutu, South African bishop, and the Dalai Lama, sort of the top Buddhist, very good friends. Buddhism doesn't seem to be quite the benign religion that well, at least I always thought it was. Buddhist treatment of the Rohingya Muslims in Western Myanmar or Western Burma has been absolutely appalling. And having visited Tibet, I can experience Buddhism there. I can see the downsides as well as the upsides. Let's put it that way. This is one of the toll stops on this N4, the Trans-Africa motorway. It runs from Mozambique right away across to Namibia. The maze has been damaged by hail, mile after mile of it, or just stripped of all its leaves. An economic disaster for the farmer. Here we are a mile down the road and it's all intact. these hailstorms are very localised.
Or they're selling fruit or anything on the side of the street in order to make a living. And
This is
coming up on our left,
Belfast.
there
Little
is a
town,
steamroller.
and it's got a fully working steamroller, which is there. You can see it.
It is.
And it still works apparently. It's the centre of the trout fishing region of South Africa. The trout were brought across from Britain. Fingerlings dropped off in Mozambique and then carried by rail to this part of the world where they've absolutely thrived. So, Belfast, South Africa. The unemployment rate in South Africa is enormous. I mean, 27% is the official one, but it's obviously far more than that. And there's no social security. You have to pay for your schooling. You have to pay for your health care. All along the road are these telephone wires, and occasionally see a little hawk, about the size of a kestrel, sitting on them. It's called a black-shouldered kite, apparently. I must have seen about 3. There's one there. There's one there. Also running alongside the road is the railway. In South Africa, it's a much narrower gauge than we have at home, so that in the mountainous regions such as here, it's much easier to get to contour with sharp curves with a narrow gauge rather than a wider gauge that we have. The other thing you notice about the railway, it's single track. It's like a toy railway. But nearly all of it is for freight. There's very little passenger traffic. Very few passenger trains for that matter in South Africa. You know, it's got a population of 50 million plus. I mean, earlier on the railway was electrified, but this is not electrified. It's obviously diesel. This is Dulstroom, which is halfway on our journey to Kruger from where we were this morning. And it's taken us 4 hours to get here, and we stop here for lunch. This is the highest point in our tour, 7,000 feet above sea level. And we're having our lunch at Rose Cottage. It's essentially a tourist place. Some major tractor there. It looks an interesting little place. As soon as the coach stops, everyone with something to sell appears. It's the same the world over. Yeah, here they are. That's 5 come out of nowhere. They're selling macadamia nuts, amongst other things. All 5 of them selling the same thing. Well, this is where we stayed for lunch. This is Rose Cottage, all these little rose bushes around the place. No, this was very nice. The trout was delightful. Obviously a trout fishing region. And the sun has come out. This is a lady selling macadamia nuts. Some kind of an ibis.
We're going at 20 past.
Well, having had our lunch, we're now travelling downhill all the way. There was a good view a moment ago, there isn't now. Trees in the way. This is the 1st Manchester Rifles.
8 soldiers lie buried.
Lie from the Boer War. Coming down this side. They're ringing trees to get rid of non-native species. They're doing the same to eucalyptus as well. You know the Long Tom Pass, or whatever they call it. This is coming down from the summit. The tinted windows make everything look brown, but it is in fact all green. Incredibly windy road over here. Great big wagons, enormous wagons. Every now and then you catch sight of the old road. There's one of those big wagons ahead of us.
Back to the falls.
So this is all commercial forest. It's grown mainly for wood pulp and the paper industry. And there you can see the road we're going to go down in a minute. We wend our way down here. And there you can see the old road, the old wagon road. Cross it in a minute. We're just crossing the old wagon road at this point here. The cross is named after the Long Tom Callan. The last one of which was fired up here somewhere. And there's a replica here, I understand, which we'll come to shortly. Storm brewing over there. Sabi. Sabi Country Club. Sabi Country Club with golf course. There's lots of trout fishing around here as well. It's the centre of the timber industry, essentially. And it's outside the mosquito and malaria area, which makes it quite popular with tourists. Somewhere down here we go over the Sabi River. Great big storm brewing behind us. It's absolutely enormous.